Hello again. So nice to see you all coming early. And I have been reading everything, but I couldn't reply other than expressing myself on the base, which was pretty funny. I also got the chirps today, so as to feel the silence and get some more vibes, we are spawning in Poznan, where we ended our last flight. I am totally wasted after flying yesterday with 10 minutes, so that was pretty fun. And actually, I just managed to chill while I was playing the bass. Let me welcome each and every one of you. 10, you came first. Amazing. I think you know how it's done now, don't you? Drysen, you finally made it. Very happy to see you here. Welcome. I will give you all shoutouts. Hoverboard, very nice. Hello. Who do you have? Playing base while landing. No problem, as long as it's Airbus and we can auto-land if the ILS is working and wind is in check. We can totally do that. No problem whatsoever. I actually fly Airbus a lot when I need to do something else, so that I just do not need to touch it all too much, as long as I have everything programmed. Dries and Heck came up with the idea of pilot hero. I think that would be a bit too much. Well, who knows? Totally doable. Ooh, I think that's it. Hey, hoverboard, very fun. Sync rate. But we're not syncing, we're just here. I mean, let this sink in. There we go. Let's wake up a bit. You all know I am all about chills, not party all the time. But I have something new for you. Let's go! I actually got the stream deck. It's pretty amazing. I managed to set up everything and I'm really happy with it. So let's go! News phones, hello there, very nice to see you. Let's put down the base. I will show you what we are doing. I decided to continue whatever we left last time, so I do not need to think all too much after flying all evening yesterday with 10. That was pretty fun and pretty intense. I will get you the whooshing sounds of the Misfits. I will also get them to myself. I'll put down the base, lock my wheels like usual, and I'll show you what we're up to today. Let's do it. There we go, I'm back. I think most of you know the drill already. I have locable caster wheels in my gaming chair, so that I can actually use my rudder and not worry about sliding back. That's pretty useful whenever you see me doing this. And this, I am either locking or unlocking the caster wheels. I can totally recommend. I was looking to get a chair that has this feature, and I managed to do that. Let's get the music going. We play the same music as usual. I think that's my favorite at this point, and I'll stick with it as long as it's feasible. I've got to turn it off to carry on working, but I'm going to lurk, no problem. There you have the music. Let's go, let's go. What plane is this? This is Seneca 5 from Coronado. It's pretty nice. It's Coronado level, so it looks nice and shiny. All the basic features are most of the basic features are working, and it just flies. So I like it pretty much. It's very nice. I will show you in the inside in just a minute. I actually managed to find some nice viewing angle for the intro. Oh, nice. Yes. I'm the lyric, so I might catch some of the messages while I'm here. You can always listen. I'm trying to read everything and say everything I'm doing and thinking for that matter. Let me know if anything is wrong with the stream, with any time, the audio levels, visuals. Last time you had a green screen shimmer over here. I only saw it when I was reviewing the stream, but that seems to be fixed today. The top overlay, as usual, is coming from Volanta. If you are using Volanta overlay, remember that whenever you go into Volanta, you need to go to the settings and touch your custom colors, because it doesn't seem to work on the first try. Dan has already experienced that firsthand. Alright, I also have set up a ton of commands for Twitch on my new Stream Deck. So let's start doing that. Drysen, does it work? Oh no. Did it give you the shoutout? Let me see. I am not sure, so I'll need to check it. So today we're going back to the manual mode for this one. Drysen, shout out to you, thank you for coming, and thank you for all the shoutouts you have given me. I think you hold the record at this point. That is very nice of you, very much. Thank you very much. And if you don't know Drysen, go and follow. He's doing very chill streams. I actually really enjoyed watching it whenever I have a chance, and sometimes I can even fly along with my trusty Airbus. That is pretty nice. Haha, no problem. I know, but I like to give credit where credit is due. That's it, just follow. Thank you, however, that's very nice. Okay, as I mentioned, I'm a bit wasted today because of the flying yesterday, so you'll see me at not my best. That shall be interesting. I decided we should carry on, and you'll see me making some mistakes maybe, or don't know what I'm doing or saying. Okay, I'll show you the flight. Here we go. That's my Volanta. As I told you, the data on the top overlay is coming from the Volanta. So I have just entered the flight. As you can see, this is the Seneca 5. I have my custom call sign, November 227 Victor X-ray, which is American marking and has the VEX at the end. So looks nice and sounds nice. I just inserted the route, and the plan for today, we are continuing our Poland trip. So let me show you. This is my virtual airline that I am flying for, called Commander. We fly there with Hesses F-15 and Ivanhoe Player 200, Tunads, and who not. You can always join if you feel like it, or you can just have a look around and decide if it's free or not. The links are in the chat, you can always have a look. So that's our virtual airline. Pretty cool people flying there. And here we have the activities, which are the tours, and I already completed Alaska tour, Central Pennsylvania tour, NHL Slapshot tour, and today we are doing tour around Poland, which I created. And let me show you what this is about. Tyler, hey, very nice to see you here. I now have Stream Deck. I can spam the chat with things just with my fingertips. So let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah, you can join player-based Discord. There's a lot of cool people there. If you're feeling bored or have no one to talk to, I think that's the right place. Alright, so the Poland tour. We have the chart here. Fuel legs are not showing up because these are not very recognized airports, but some of them even have the ICAO code. So we did like few legs first, from Jastarnia to Kołobrzeg here, then to Szczecin. Last leg was to Poznań. We got a bit lost on our way, so I will try to show you what happened there, and I think I know what was the problem. Today we'll fly from Poznań to Leszno and maybe from Leszno to Wrocław. I also want to practice single engine outages on the Twin, so that we can get more practice at it. I still have some points that I need to work on, so yeah, I will explain you how I do that a bit later. So yeah, these are the legs. Currently I'm the only one flying it. I completed 3 legs, and now we are doing leg 4 and possibly leg 5. I have already dispatched the flight, so I can see it in my ACARS, which I need not to forget to start. So let's start it right now. And I also need to remember to finish the flight, because last time I forgot and I had to redo it, but I used the autopilot and that went real quick. If any questions whatsoever, please let me know, please shout. Reminder, this is Backseat Gaming friendly stream. Whenever you see me doing any mistakes, forgetting anything or not knowing something, by all means, please do shout. I don't want to train. This shall be interesting. Okay. That is covered. We will be flying on VATSIM unless we have some problems with keeping the machine in there because of the engine. Then I will just disconnect and say sorry to my controllers if there is any. Other than that, I think it should be fine because there's usually not too many people, especially flying low on the VFR. Now, we have some real aviation portal with the real aviation meteo data. So this is the low significant from surface to flight level 100. Which is also known as 700 hectopascals. And you can see our weather here. Local visibility is 6 to 9, 4 to 5 in rain. There is warm front ending here, so it extends this way, and there is cold front approaching here. And this is valid at 18 Zulu today. So that's pretty much okay. We are flying here from the P, somewhere over here, and then to the W. That is the plan. I also loaded the meters on my favorite website from NOAA, and here you can have the meters plus the TAF. I always use the raw ones, do not translate them because that's easier to read for me. If you don't know how to do that, you can Google and this will give you some help. It takes some practice, so I just recommend using the raw ones and Googling everything you don't know. With time, you will just learn how to use this. I also find the row easier to read. Yeah, exactly. It's because it's very concise and uses the same order every time. So whenever you need some specific information, you just know where to look. And it doesn't take so many lines. It's just one. Plus, there is this running joke that you can check the weather with the ruler. If the TAF is just this long, you can fly, no problem, and the longer it gets, the higher chances you will not fly. However, our meteorologists are a bit over the top and they try to put all the possibilities here. So let's have a look. Our departure airport, Poznań, wind 220 at 13, so we will be departing to the west. Visibility over 10 kilometers, overcast 2300 above ground level. Temperature 8, QNH 1009. That's pretty cool. Let me have a quick look at the TAF. I will not read it unless you want to. If someone wants, I can go over everything. So during the night, the visibility will drop to 4 kilometers. It is the night. I'm flying under live weather. However, I just rolled the time back so that we can actually see something. Light rain, mist. Broken 1200. Okay, so not great, but still somewhat okay for the VFR. Actually, this would be special VFR. That's not really VFR, but we'll see how this works. So that's from 20 local time. Okay, sorry, 19 local time So that's about now until 3 hours from now. So somewhere between this time, it will most likely get to this visibility. Temporarily, it can get even lower, but that's coming later. That's okay. Here's our destination, and looks pretty well okay. Pretty well here. Well, that's our second destination. Okay, that's the plan. We have the flight here in Volanta. I will not be looking at that, and this will be in the background. And we also have the flight in Navigraph. I have loaded this already. And the problem we ran into last time is that I was reading this heading, and usually when you measure the heading, well, heading track on a chart, it will give you the true heading. However, it seems this one is actually magnetic, so I want to run a quick experiment and try to see. So what we'll do, there is this meridian lines here, so we'll just put the line over here and we'll see what it reads. Oh no, now the line is gone. Please come back. Okay, so we now have this line along real meridian. So this is true geographic 180, but this is showing 175, which already includes the correction for the variation. So this magnetic heading, and last time I assumed this is true heading, and this put us 5 degrees of course. So now this is making some sense. Okay, let's end this experiment. I will clean this up. However, we still need to add one point. I'll show you what this is about in just a second. Let's see. We have the VFR. We do need to see a few more things. I hear some engines. I hope it's one of you. If not, that's fine. You can always fly along. I am on North Hero server, I believe. You can always hit exclamation more server and this will tell you. That's our trusty ATC bot that's telling this. Let me find it. I have it somewhere here, and here's our server. North Europe. Yeah, I just started up. Perfect, Harvard. You're the one who is flying alone. That's great. I'm still working, so no flying alone for me. No problem. Take your time. You can just watch and chill, or listen and chill, whichever is the matter. And I think we'll fly together at some point in the future. So, okay. Back here, we do not need terminal endpoints, we need our VFR waypoints. So these are the VFR reporting points for the airport. And we'll go straight to point X-ray. We do not see the CTR, so let me show the CTR. We have to go to the airspaces. And we only want VFR airspaces and controlled airspaces. We do not want these restrictive ones because there is just too many of them. Also, whenever I'm talking too quiet, please let me know. I will bring my voice up. I think after some time I just forget and go into the silent mode. So here's the CTR of Poznan. As you can see, it's a nice, almost rectangle. And we'll go to the point X-ray because that's what you usually have to file to get. So the controller knows how you'll get out of the airspace and they can guide you somehow. Now this marks the departure leg and the arrival leg, so we need one more point. Let me just put something here on the downwind. So we'll be aiming, for the middle of the downwind, let's say. We should be able to see this place. Now I have nice violet leg, and we have our magnetic heading of 180. That is perfect. Remember that I'm always trying to read the chart so that it's showing track up, so I know where to fly and actually things look like what they will look in the cockpit. This might seem like it's possible to always have it north up and being able to comprehend what's going on, but I can assure you when you have this upside down, it's messing your mind pretty hard and it's difficult to read. So it's always a good idea to keep this track up when we are doing VFR navigation. For IFR navigation, it's not such a big deal, but for VFR navigation, it is. Okay, we're flying VFR, so we do not need all too much there. Let's have a look. We spawned where we ended last time, so this is the general aviation apron. We'll just taxi via Golf Alpha to holding point runway 28. Elevation is... Okay, we'll go through everything as we are setting up the aircraft. We still need to do this again. And let's also have a quick look at our destination. So, we'll be landing on runway 23, left or right. We'll see how this looks like. The other runway is not really used for operations all too much, unless there is very strong winds or some very good reason to do that. Usually they use just those two runways. It is a grass airfield, so there is no concrete runway. So 23, 23. Okay, I need to remember that. I think I will start putting this into my vPilot notes. Whenever I'm flying real aircraft, when I prepare for the flight, I usually note those things down, so I have them on paper in front of me, and when I forget, I do not need to look it up, it's already there. Glad to know how our board has maintained the peace and tranquility of this channel. Yes, our board is always here. Let's connect the VATSIM while I'm still at it. We'll fly as Commander 117 because we are doing the flight for the VA. Type is Piper 34. Here we go. Oh, nice. I have actually never used the notes panel on VATSIM. I mostly use this panel and the messages are not super useful. Unless there is someone flying on text, but then I do not have the time to read it anyway, so notes are cool. And I do not need to use pen and paper. And there's really not too much space here. I could use the kneeboard, but it's not as comfortable as in the aircraft. In the aircraft, I'm using the kneeboard to note everything down. Indeed, I have. Yes. Let me have a look at my brand new sound effects. Clock is ticking, but we have to take our time and prepare ourselves. It's better to be a bit late when you have spent the time preparing than not be late, be just in time, and then realize mid-flight that you're not prepared and you have to look for the information that you don't have there. Okay. We are connected. The center is not here. No controllers. Let's file the flight plan so we can get rid of this. We're flying from Echo Papa Papa Oscar to Echo Papa Lima Sierra. This is VFR, no alternate. Departure will be 1845-ish. En route time, this will be 30 minutes tops. We have 2 hours 30, cruise speed 140, cruise altitude. Now, I think that was a mistake to fly so low last time. I wanted to make it more difficult, but it turned out to be too difficult. And when you are higher, you can see more, and you can reference more with what you're seeing on the chart. So we'll go to 2500, cloud permitting. That's another reason why you are also required to be able to fly low level and still navigate, but then you have your GPS navigation aids that we used last time, so that's the plan. We are going to X-ray. Do I remember it right? I think I do. We have our call sign for the controllers in case they need to know how to call us. However, they do not read it anyway, but at least I know it's here. I'm supposed to also put our website here, so let's do that. I actually need to grab the description. And also you can put your Twitch channel here, but I do not know how this could help. So what we do is visit us. Do we put our channel? Let's do it. With us at Twitch TV Vexpress. My mind is pretty single-threaded today, so I cannot poke and write at the same time, but that's probably fine. Let's file it. There we go. Any questions, please let me know. So that's covered it. Let's jump into the plane, start it up, and then we'll go through Navigraph again and set up our aircraft. That's when we'll review the charts. Let's have a look if you are here. I think I am. Yes, that's perfect. The flight plan is not showing up yet. Maybe when I refresh. You can fly along on multiplayer. You do not need to be on VATSIM. If you want to be on VATSIM, that's great. Otherwise, you can just be on multiplayer. That is absolutely perfect. And we have /G. That's the one we checked last time. Okay, I think this is done. Let's get back to the plane. So that's the time when we jump back to the plane. Let me see. I am trying to use the track air again today. Let me put it up on my headset. I think all of you are familiar with the track air, but if you're not, it lets me track my head in the sim, so whenever I look around, I can just use my head to look around. It's pretty convenient. Sometimes it's more useful, sometimes less. Okay. I've changed my setup a bit, so I'm struggling here with all the controllers that I have, but I think I'm almost at it. What make is the tracker. I'm considering getting one for myself. This is the track IR that I have. It is fairly expensive, I have to admit that. There are also some other solutions that require you to have to buy maybe nothing except for the webcam, so please do your research and check what options are there, what's best for you, because this one is pretty expensive. It's very good, but I'm not gonna lie, it is expensive what it is. So please do your research, check all the options, and make a decision for yourself. That's always the best idea. Where are we? Jumping in the plane. No. There we go. Okay. So let's see if the tracker is working more or less today. I think it's okay. Let's hide the yokes. Throttle is idle, mixture is turned off, props are forward, cowl flaps are closed, parking brake is locked. So this is prepared, doors are closed, everything is good, and we can start the battery. Now we hear the autopilot. So I tried, and you remember I had the problem with the autopilot. So it seems that you have simply to turn it on and off 10 times and finally it will work. This Viper arrives whether you want him or not. That's great, this Viper. Well, now that we have no choice, you are here, so knock yourself out in the chat. I have been looking forward to this. I definitely do want. I am somewhat tired after flying with 10 minutes before landing yesterday, so you'll see me not at my best today, and I think this might be interesting. You can definitely see I have problems talking and typing at the same time. Let me hit the B so I do not forget it later. This is our QNH. And let me try to get used to the tracker with this setup, and while I'm talking to you as well. So now what I have done is I have this. let me lock it and show you again. I have this mouse, oh no, that has many buttons, and I have assigned 2 of them to reset the tracker position, to pause the tracker position, and the other 2 I have assigned to flow. So this opens up the flow wheel, and the other one opens up the flow auto bar, the search bar. Now, there's one thing that I actually wanted to go through for Ibanez. So when you go to controls, not controls. When you go back to general options, you have this thing here. Now where was it? There are two options to control your things in cockpit. There is the legacy one and there is the hold thing. Now I don't remember where that is actually. Cockpit interaction system. So there is log and there is legacy. Legacy just let me mark this position in the stream and I'll start again. So in the options for Microsoft Flight Simulator, you have cockpit interaction system. There is legacy, which lets you use the clicks and turn the wheel to operate any knobs. But by default, and this is mostly for Xbox, but I also find it very useful, you can use the log system. And I will show you what that does in just a moment. So let's reset it, go back. I have it enabled. Now, the things that it does, that lets you click on any knob, and just when you're clicking, move to the left or right, and it will turn the knob for you all the way you want. So you do not accidentally zoom in or out, and you have a log to scroll to. This is a very easy way to do that. Now there is one problem with this. For example, when you have those knobs which you need to turn, but you also need to click them in and sometimes also pull them. So what I have done, I have mapped the mouse button for forward and back, and now one of them is for clicking in, the other one is for pulling out, and that's the way I do it. You can find this here in the control options. This is described as standby, secondary and tertiary action. Let me just find it here. So cockpit interaction, secondary action. Do not get fooled by the right click because it's also assigned to the view, so I think it doesn't work then. But I have this to this forward or back button, and there is the other one, the tertiary action. Let me try to get this right. There we go. So I have it to another one. Again, do not get fooled by the mid click because the view reset takes over that. So you have to manually assign the second one and then it works. And the way I have done this, my wheel on the mouse actually can be tilted left or right, and these are actual clicks, and I have assigned these to those actions. So whenever I push, I just tilt the wheel to the left, whenever I pull, I just tilt the wheel to the right. So this is how I have it set up, and that's very nice. I can recommend. So that's it. Hoverboard got to run, some food waiting for me. Yeah, bon appetit, have fun. We'll be back later. That's great. Dryson, are you still here? Because I have nice bindings. I have one thing to show you. The Survivor. Oh, it never occurred to me to put the tracker control buttons on the mouse. Yeah, I have to do it because otherwise I'm just completely lost. I need to get and solder some LEDs to the little shaft router encoders that I have. Yeah, why not? Why not? I also have them. They're just lying over there in the box. I have a plan. Dreiser, are you still here? Because I also wanted to show you a few things. Whenever you're in, just type anything, I will show you. So I wanted to go over how you can code in Flow and how to get started. This will take 2 minutes, but we need to tell you at some point. Okay, battery is on. I hope it's not dead yet. Otherwise, I will need to change my registration again. Cool. Let me just start the engine so we do not kill the battery, and I will go through it. We have our light on the fin. So let's start with the right. Mixtures full. Cowl flaps open. Right fuel pump on. Let's get the starter. I'm stepping on the toes as usual. And it's not running because we forget one thing. We need to put our fuel selectors to on. I will also pause the failbot for a while, but I will unpause it later. Don't you worry. That engine is running, right alternator on, right fuel pump off, left fuel pump on, left magnetos on, left starter on. I am still stepping on the toes on my brakes, so I always have the engine under control. This running, left alternator on, left fuel pump off. Let's get the radius going. So we need radio master, autopilot to flight director. I want to see this ready. Okay, we'll figure out later. Cool. So as you know, I have created this script to fail the engines in flow. And now the way to do that, when you have flow, so what you have to do, you just go to any empty field, you click and hold on it, it will open the selection for you, what you can do here. What you do, you grab the custom script here. Okay, let me mark this in the stream and start again, actually. Okay, I'll quickly show you how to get started with the flow and create your own scripts. So you open the flow wheel, you click and hold on any empty spot, you grab the custom script here, and here's the important bit that's not documented anywhere. You need to click this pencil edit button here in the top right. This will open the edit thing. It lets you choose the template. So you can choose the template. It's actually nice that they have some templates because you know how to operate this. So there's the Twitch bots template, just the ATC bot that I have used to get me started. And there is the autopilot master, which operates some variables. Here you can put the description, icon, blah, blah, blah. And here you can go to the JS, and here you have the code. Now, if you don't know how to get started, you just hit on the docs. This will lead you to the website of the flow with some description of how this works, what you can do. But there is one important thing. On the first side, they tell you that they do recommend to open the Microsoft Flight Simulator debugger. And you absolutely have to do that, because some errors will show over here, but some other errors, they will just not show anywhere, and you'll be very lost what's going on when why your code is not working. Once you open the debugger and go to the debugger page, it looks just like any browser debugger. Then you'll be able to see your errors, and from there on you can just do things. You can also go to Microsoft Flight Simulator documentation. It will tell you the SIM-vars. So there are the A-vars, L-vars, and K-vars. A-vars are the legacy one with just the names, so you do not need to use A. L-vars are the rest of them, and K are the events. And this is described pretty well. So that's how you get started. Then you can also export the script. So to do that, you copy your script to toolbox here, and then you go to the wheel again, just hover anywhere. You will see my toolbox here. You click on the edit thing, and you select what you want to export. So you just select this and go to export. It will tell you to open one more program, and it will export it. So it creates a package that anyone copy to their folder. The ghost wheels, ghost content, yes, it's pretty scary. What it actually does, they just added it. It lets you put wheels. So if you want to have the scripts running, they have to be somewhere on the wheel. But sometimes you want to have the script running and not clutter your view. So they added the wheels that are only visible in the editor. They do not show up here, so they do not take your space. That's the whole idea. There are a few new features that they have added, but I haven't checked them yet. For example, the nameplates. But, oh, there they are. Let's try it. Day, night. Okay, let's see. I haven't tried it yet, so if the scene fails, you know the reason. I hope it will not. I saw other people using that already. So that's more or less how to get started. Very cool, thanks for showing. I need to get into this and start doing some stuff. I totally recommend, because this is a nice place to start. You have the easy framework to get into it. You can get things done, and it's just very nice. They also added some nice new features, like you can set actual weather, not just from preset. You can just use some full weather object. So I will add this to the bot, so you can set the weather below the minimums or above minimums and surprise me on the minimums, which was something I was very looking forward to do. Very cool stuff. So Dryson, if you need any help, please reach out to me, because I identified some pitfalls while doing that, and I also figured out how to organize my code so it looks somewhat better. It's not just one huge method. So as you can see, I have... Oh, you can also go to my GitHub and check my code. So my code is over here. The link is in the chat. You can go there, you can see my code, have a look around, you'll know what to do. And I also managed to organize the code. So I have something that looks more or less classes and methods. Obviously it isn't, but just the functions are divided into smaller things and organized in some nice way. But whenever you are in the function that is called by another function and you have error here, this will not show here in the errors, it will only show in the debugger. So that's it. I think we have covered most of it. Any questions, please reach out to me. I'm very happy to help. You can also do this on my Discord that I have created very recently. So my Discord is here, link is in the chat. You can join if you have any questions or just want to hang around or post your screenshots. You are very welcome to do so. Okay, not talking, let's get the aircraft set up. As I told you, the autopilot here has a bit of a problem, and it doesn't always show up for some reason. So we need to turn it on and off 10 times, and then sometimes it works. All right, let's forget it. I'll hit the B again, so we have our QNH and what we need to set up. I'll just read it from the Navigraph chart. Maybe let me show the chart real quick. So elevation is 308. Also, this Viper, look what I can do now with the Stream Deck. I can just bring the apps up with one click. So hopefully I'll never forget it again. So 308 is our elevation. Now it is okay to be below because airport elevation is the highest point on the airport. So you are most likely to be slightly below it. That's why there is tolerance of 50 feet, if I'm not mistaken. But it might be a different number, so I'll need to check it in the regulations. And both altimeters are showing the same. Perfect. Now we need our runway heading, which is 283. What I always do, and here you can see this hold, I set this to 283 so that I have some reference what is my runway heading. And because this is a huge yellow line, that is very easy to see. Also, another thing that I do, it's very hard to tell the numbers in between the marks, so I set this on a full mark and then count my clicks. So this is 280, 1, 2, 3, 283. You can check all available commands with commands. Yes, please do that. And you can join our server, Discord server over there. So this set, let me also set the heading back to 283 because that's what we'll be flying initially. Okay, full mark, 1, 2, 3. There we go. We can also set the same here so that if we need to use the other ones, we have some reminder and our number stored here. This is done. Okay, we'll hit direct. Okay, we are not hitting anything. We'll just try to navigate visually. So let's move this to the chart. I'll just keep the chart open, but no magenta line to follow. I think this should be okay. Let's put this traffic here. Turn the traffic on, and we need 122.8 to do a radio check. So well, that's 122.8 here, and let's have 122.8 here. Ever since we have 8.33 kHz separation, you have to twist those knobs like crazy because there are so many values. Returns with T. Oh, now I'm jealous. Nice. What T are you having? Remember, knock yourself out in the chat. I'm here to read our messages. Finally. transponder code 7000 is okay. Radio check. Okay, let me bring up VATSIM. We are connected. We need to click the COM2. Okay. Poznań traffic, Commander 117, radio check. Something didn't sound quite right. Did you hear it 3 times as well? I'm definitely a coffee guy in the AM, but I have like to have a cuppa in the afternoon. Massive feedback. Yeah, I heard the same. Let me try to troubleshoot it. Okay, so whenever I turn off COM2, there is no feedback. If there's anyone on VATSIM, it will be real nice if we can then check with them, but I do not think there is anyone around. So, every time I stream, I do change something, and occasionally I run into problems like that, but within a few months, I think it will settle down once I have everything ready. I also try to do it step by step. I set up 1 or 2 new things per stream. I do not set a ton of them. Let me see. Okay, no idea what that could be. Hopefully it's fine on the VATSIM. It's just a problem with this on the stream. However, I do not have any way to check that, which is a pity. No. What do we do? No, it didn't. Oh, because the COM2 is disabled. Poznań traffic. Oh, I know what's the problem. My speakers are on because I was checking the audio before. That one is solved. Phew, that was the easy one. The easiest trick in the book. Okay, let's go. Stream failure 1 today. Checked. DC, you can mark this in the books, please. Poznań traffic, Commander 107, radio check. That is much better. I'll also... So, I'm using different microphone for my VATSIM, and I forgot to bring it closer today. So, there's a guy, he just has this nice cover. I'll just put it somewhere closer, and hopefully you will be able to hear me better. Check. Yes, you can hear me in the stream and in the mic because we are doing the radio check ourselves. So I have COM1 and COM2 on the same frequency, and now I'm transmitting on COM1 and receiving whatever I am saying on COM2. So I hear myself in my head from my voice just reaching my ears, plus I see whatever is coming through the headset, but I make sure that whatever I speak comes to the microphone, goes to the radio, goes out and reaches back to another antenna, comes back through the second radio and goes directly to my headset. So we have completed the whole loop, and at least in some conditions we know that this works. Didn't know we can do back-to-back checks on VATSIM. Yeah, I didn't know until someone told me, and now I do this every time because that's very useful. I also didn't know we can do this in the plane. I asked my instructor and they said they also do that, and yeah, it's pretty funny. That's covered. Let's turn off the COM2, get this frequency out so we don't have it running. Okay, we're all set. Oh, I say in certain conditions because, for example, in this airport, the control tower is here. And I noticed whenever I was flying low-wing Tecnam, for real here, and whenever I was in the middle of the runway, where you can actually vacate, because our transmitting antenna was below the fuselage, the wing, that's my theory, I'm not sure, but I think the wing was covering it and I couldn't hear what the tower was saying and they couldn't hear what I was saying. And one time they told me to vacate somewhere else, but I didn't hear them, so I just vacated and they were pretty happy about it. But there are just few spots on the airport where we cannot hear each other, so you have to be aware of that. Also, the radios share antennas, so if COM1 is transmitting, COM2 couldn't receive. I don't know the technicalities here, so... That's an interesting question. They might be sharing the antenna, but maybe because it's different frequency, it's the same frequency. Okay, I actually don't know. That's interesting questions about the technicality, but you do not need to do that here. It's probably masked by the wing, but the antenna arrays are too expensive for GA. Also, probably too heavy. DC Viper was a US Navy constant. Yo, that's nice. I used to live and breathe radio stuff. Cool, that's interesting stuff, and yeah, I like it. I hope I have not bored you to death with everything. We have spent quite some time, but we're almost there. So we know how taxi 283, that is fine. We go to 1500 initially because where's the CTR? Hello. Oh, that's the wrong airport. So the CTR goes up to 1600, and from 1600 starts the TMA, which is under control of approach. So sometimes they let you higher and they switch you over to approach. A megabyte, hello. We have a ton new things on the stream. I got the stream deck, which is great. I have a lot of commands working. Also, not all of them are working. Let me give you a shout out, but I have to type it. Okay, shout out to you. It's very nice, and it's very often flying X-Plane and those amazing screenshots, so that pretty much disproves the point that X-Plane looks bad. It looks pretty good, so I'm very happy you have some X-Plane presence. That's very nice. So, we'll fly here in the CTR. We have to make sure we do not go into the military CTR. We go to point X-ray, which is this leg. It should be more or less easy to see. So the idea is to follow this road, see this leg, then go left to another leg, like in an arc. This should be somewhat okay. Not a big deal here. And then we'll go here. That's heading 180. I will disable the position here, so I'm just looking on this chart. And as always, I will be marking my current position with the thumb. And let me zoom this out to the 5 mile here. So that's the scale that we use in real life, more or less. Yeah, it's had another update looking incredible. Great. Are the clouds finally working like they should? Because I remember they were having some issues, which was the deal breaker, but obviously one thing you can still make better. But I launched it a few times and it looks pretty amazing. Our aircraft flies pretty fast. We are doing somewhere more or less 2.5 miles per minute. And as a matter of fact, I do now have a chronometer that I can start here and you'll be able to see it. And I am also able to see it. So we will be using that for timing our legs. If you think it's too big or there is something off, please do let me know. If you see me making any mistakes while flying, also please do let me know. Okay, I think that's it. Let's go. Do you feel ready? I feel ready. We have reviewed everything, so we are good to go. I'm still not using the track AR, which is strange. Maybe zoom out one click, reset, and enable it. Let's see how that works. Okay, release the parking brake, add some power, hit on. Poznań traffic command 117, taxi into holding point runway 28 via Golf Alpha Poznań traffic. Also, we are on VATSIM, so if you want to fly along on VATSIM multiplayer, you are very welcome to join. And I lost it a bit here. Okay, here's the holding point for runway 28. I think I might have two sets of markings, so that's looking a bit bizarre. Let me just park here, parking brake locked. Let's do run up check. So I am stepping on the toes. Power to 2200 RPM. That's over here. Let me check your audio levels. It appears to be okay. Let me get my audio levels up a bit. Okay, I think I'm happy. DC lurk, no problem, sir. Thank you. We also have the lurk command, but it doesn't do anything more just than the bot saying have a nice lurk or something along those lines. Okay, let's do the check. So left magnetos off. We do you see the drop? Let me get them back on and see if I still have the right number here. Yeah, so we're actually at 2400 RPM. That's okay, let's keep it here. Let's go to the right. I do not know the exact value from the manual, so I just do something that should be more or less right. That's a huge drop. Okay, and we also need to check the prop governor, and that will be everything. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, run up check is completed. Let me fiddle with this tracker a little more. I'll just set it to be slightly less responsive. Maybe this will make it easier for me to operate. Remember, we have blurb and stream and sound alerts, so you can troll me with whatever sounds you have. Let me just play one on stream if I can do that. Oh dear, I need to go to settings and play my test sounds, I think.
I'm officially a college student!
There you go. Okay, I think we're ready for departure, finally. Oh, now that's more like it. Okay, I'll just fiddle it for one more second. Alright, let's leave it like that. Poznań traffic, Commander 117, line cap runway 28 and taking off, departing to southwest Poznań traffic. Parking brake is released. Okay, flaps 1, should have done this before rolling. Strobes on. Landing light on. We can have taxi light and nav light on in this kind of aircraft. It will just produce more light visible outside. No problem there. Fuel pumps on. Transponder is in alt. Let's check the fuel. So fuel is at half. This should be pretty fine. Okay, And last but not least, let's wake the bot up. So the fail bot is active. Let me get rid of this guy I was using to show you how to use flow. And you can kill the engine anytime you want. Actually, I can do this as well. So remember, I want to train the failure on the takeoff run. Maybe you're sleeping and I'll manage to take off before you can do anything. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I think it's just the wind. I'll do the wind check in a moment. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, we're above the blow line. So that's a bit too high speed. Let's rotate. I'll leave the gear, so if the engine fails now, we can still land in front of us, not damaging the aircraft all too much. Or, to put it in other words, we'll absorb some energy. We want to climb to 1500, we can start slowly turning to the left, so we get out of the extended center line, and controller doesn't bother about us being in the way. Let's reduce the power, so I'll keep it at 30, 25. Fail left landing light. That's not implemented yet, but at some point we will. So I have to do one by one, so that's time consuming and I need to check everything, and some failures are more interesting than the other. Okay, gear up. I reduce the power. I totally forgot the gear up to do it at the right time. Flap up, fuel pumps off, and all landing lights and taxi lights off. We have smashed 1500 and actually got into the approach. So here's one lake that I was talking about. Let me set this heading back. And we can now decelerate. So let's go 30, 22. I'll lean it a bit. We'll do proper leaning in just a moment. So here's one lake. Let me show you that on the chart. So that's the one, and now we are looking to turn left and see this lake. Fail random. No, new spawns. You have to read the manual. I thought it's super simple, and you have all the commands here. So knock yourself out. Now let's look for the other lake. The other lake is here, and we are 500 feet into the approach airspace, so the controllers are not happy. They usually want to keep you at 1500 until you get out, and then you can do what you want. Okay, let's also start the clock. So for VFR, it's a good idea to time your legs so you can actually judge how far you have gone. And we have used it last time, so I was somewhat able to calculate how far we are. Okay, this is looking pretty chill. So at this lake, we'll just say bye-bye to Poznań and go to Unicom, which we are already on. But normally you go to Flight Information Service frequency. Flight Information Service is just tracking you, giving some information, whatever you need, and then they can also tell you about essential traffic in your area when they have capacity to do so. So that is a very nice service. I'd recommend to use it. Okay, let's have a look. So we are here on point X-ray. Now we'll turn to heading 180. So I mark here that we are here. we use heading 180, which we found out the hard way is magnetic, and we'll see those legs in front of us. So now it's easy sailing. Let me zoom like that, maybe. This should be okay. And let's start the time. So get rid of this, reset the time, and start again. There we go. So we are timing our legs so we can calculate how much distance we have gone. We are looking for heading 180 magnetic, give or take the wind correction, which we haven't calculated up front, so we can do the math now. I'll just put it to the side so it doesn't disturb me. There are the legs in front, so that's what where we are looking to go. And let me check the airspace real quick. We are still under it, so as soon as we reach the end of this lake, we can climb to 2500, which I wanted to fly at. Now we have to stay below 1600. Clock is going, everything is going nice. Let's try to lean this engine, mixture forward. And I'm looking at the temperature here. It says lean max 1650 TIT. Oh, not this lever, this lever. Let's try to find the peak. So peak is 1660, so we need what, 1550, I think. So that's full forward then. No, nothing to do actually. It is pretty bumpy. The aircraft is jumping around. I hope as we get a bit higher, it will get less bumpy. You can track the flight progress on Volanta. Hey Vex, how's the stream been? Pretty good. We just took off. I discussed everything, so a few things I think you have heard before. So I don't think you have missed anything. Last time we found out the hard way that the heading on Navigraph is the magnetic heading, not the true heading. That's what put us 5 degrees of course, and because there are similar legs along this wrong course, I got into the wrong position, as you remember. So we just took off, got to the point X-ray, got out of the Citra. Let me just report it. Poznan traffic, Commander 107, out of point X-ray, flying southbound, last call, Poznan traffic. And we are now flying towards this lake. So this is the thing I see in front of me. I will mark it and just move up. So that's it. The plane is super jumpy today. Oh, and when we reach the end of that lake, we can climb above 1600, and I do want to climb to 2500. Let's also do the wind check. Wind check. 238 at 32. Oh heavens. That's a lot. 32. 238. Okay, so this is coming from here. 238. So that is like what, 45 degree, give or take, from our course. 38. So now what we do is we take our true airspeed, which is around 180. We divide it by 60, that gives 3. Now 3. So per 3 degree wind, we need 1 degree correction. So that is 38. So we need 4 degree if the wind was totally perpendicular. Give or take. That's not a precise calculation, but that's more or less giving the right number. Now, because it's not, we need like 70% of it, or I think 70 was the number. Can't remember now. I actually have I have it on my knee pad. I have a metal plate with all these cheat sheets. Let's climb. So 70% out of 4. No, out of, what did I say? Well, 12. Okay, so we need like 10 degree correction. So that's the heading we need to fly. Cool. So 180 plus 10 to the right. That's like 19, 191, 192 that we need to fly. Let's get a bit higher so we can actually see something, not like the last time. And let's get going. I like it. Or that you're just lolling by, waiting for us to reach our destination. Clock is ticking, aircraft's flying. We are timing our lag. We fly 3, give or take, miles per minute, so we should have done 15 miles from Point X-ray by now. Okay, 2000. Let's have a look around. I actually like these views, it's pretty chill. So we're flying in the live weather, but I have run the clock down to somewhere around noon so that we can actually do the VFR. Now, because of these humongous engines here, that's not making the VFR navigation any easier. Actually making it real difficult. Okay, there's a town here that I think I've been looking for, and there's a road, like crossroads here. Okay, we're 2700 and we are getting into the Rhine, which is reducing the visibility and maybe just getting into the clouds. So let's get down to 200 feet. Reduce my power, so I want 3022. Whenever I see 3022, first number means manifold pressure, so that's 30 inches, and 22 means RPM, that's 2200 RPM. That's an easy way to tell someone your power setting in general aviation aircraft. Just took off, heading to you. Yeah, no problem. With your beloved Kinger, I think you can be here in no time, can't you? Let's have a look. So, I think that's what we just saw in front of us to the right. So, to the left. Let's mark it here. And let's see if this matches the distance. And let me correct the plane. So 15 miles is this here, so 5, 10, 15. Yeah, that's pretty much adding up. And there's the city. Cool. Let's see what else. What else is there? There's some lake over there. Now, you usually want to use 3 things to confirm your position, but here we do not always have that luxury. Okay, now we're going a bit slower. I think that's a good airspeed for us. Let's maybe use some different power. So 3024. Let's see at what airspeed this put us. Perfect. Let me have a look around. I did change my nameplates. Oh, this is looking nice. Let's make a screenshot. So the nameplates. Over! New spawns! Whoa! Now 3 is a crowd. That's awesome. And the flow nameplates are looking absolutely fantastic. Finally, we have some good nameplates that are not killing my performance. And there's someone else, or 2 of you, following along. Just amazing. Thank you. I'm very happy you're flying along. If there's anything cool I need to have a look, please, by all means, shout. Let's see if we didn't forget anything, because, you know, I have a habit of doing that. So the lights are okay. Fuel pumps are off. Let me try to fix this autopilot. Doesn't want to work. Oh no, it works. Perfect. So let's go into the heading mode and let's go into the VS mode. Now we can select our vertical speed. I'll just go down to get to full number and then I hit Alt to arrest the altitude. I actually flew with this autopilot in real life and it is pretty crazy to operate it. But it works slightly different here in implementation of Coronado. Okay, so that's smooth sailing. Let me try to figure out where we are. Mural Athlete 77. Hey, very nice to see you. And WOS rules. Yeah, welcome, welcome. F18E and C208. That's a nice combination. The Rhino and the Caravan. So there are the legs, which are very distinct. X-Wood Striker as well on the right. Wow, there's so many of you. I am very honored. Okay, let's pop up here and have a look at our chart. So this is what we're seeing on the left. And there should be a town just below us. I obviously cannot see it from here. But the lakes, I think I'm happy with the lakes. And there's another one, so that is close to our destination of Leszno. And I think the airfield will be somewhere over there. Actually, because it's a grass field, it might not be very easy to spot it. Let me do some more screenshots. Let's have a look at you. Let's find this town that we were missing. It is nowhere to be found. No, it's... I think that's here. So this one is located at the road with 1 to 4 of you here. 1 of you here. Amazing. There's a lot of wind turbines here. And here's our destination. Actually, this chimney, that's a power plant. It's very distinct. So I know this is the city we are going towards. And as you can see, as we are 1000 feet higher than the last time, it makes it so much easier. And our airfield is just over here. Just over here. There is also the thing, I don't know the English name. In Polish is elevator, the one to store like a grain magazine. It's super tall. So it is over here. That is very easy to see, and actually it's just right on the edge of the airport. Okay. Luckily for us, I did take a note in VPilot, so I remember the runway. That's 23 left and right. Let's land on the 23. Let's see, 23 left, I think, and we'll just vacate to the left. You can take left or right depending on the traffic situation. So let me fly over the field and do a full traffic pattern. This will probably introduce some more chaos because there's more of you flying around. Let's try to judge our distance. So we are here. Okay, we are abeam this lake here. So let's have a look. So we are abeam, I think, this lake. So this is like 5 miles. Leszno traffic, Commander 117. 5 miles inbound field from north. We'll go over the field and do right hand traffic pattern for runway 23 left, Leszno traffic. Oh, this looks amazing. Actually, because the sun is pretty low, the winter sun, you see all those reflections here in the city. And there's a railway running just through the middle of the city. And this used to be a glider school, so there was a lot of glider activity going on, and also very often there are still competition here. So that's why the field is so big. It can host an absolute ton of gliders. There is a railway station somewhere there. Yeah, that's it. One thing we didn't check is the elevation. We can check in the Garmin, but let's look into the Navigraph, so that will be slightly quicker. We go to our airport information, open airport, elevation is 310, so traffic pattern 1300. Okay, let me disconnect the autopilot. Have I ever raised the flaps? Yes, I did. Now, let's set the 230 on our OBS, so I can use this as reference. Now the runway heading is plus minus 5 degree. I do not know the exact because I didn't read it, but this will give me some idea of what to look for. Let's try to identify the runway. Oh, there you have, I lost it already. Let's do some cheating. No, the airfield is... We've passed it! No! How dare I? I've been so busy looking around that we have passed their airfield. And because there's aircraft covering my whole view, I couldn't figure where it is. Here's the characteristic building, that's very high. There's also a road here, but it's very new, so it might not be in the sim. I think I have the scenery installed from Flight Sim TO. I did install all the sceneries I could find for my trip, but I forgot to tell you about it. Let's reduce power, descend to... let's slow descend to 1300. And let's do the right traffic pattern as advertised. Leszno traffic, Commander 117, overhead, 1500 feet, right traffic pattern, runway 23 left, Leszno traffic. Okay, I think I'm getting used to the track air. I think the settings are comfortable for me now. That is great. 1300. We have our help here in the form of the OBS. So this is showing more or less the runway heading, and let's turn to the crosswind leg. Keep that altitude, add some power. Okay, it's looking pretty great. I hope you're having fun. I hope you can read all the instruments you need to read. I have a huge screen just in the reach of my hand, so that's fairly easy to read for me, but it might not be for you. So if there's any issue, please let me know. Okay, I think that's just enough for our crosswind. Let's turn downwind, report it, and let's start slowing down. So power idle, prop forward, disregard the gear warning, we'll fix it in a second. Speed check, gear down, speed check, flaps 1. And now we can add power to stay at, say, 100 knots. And now the CDI needle is helping me to see where the runway is. The field is here on the left, so we are pretty close. Let me get a bit to the left. And we are, I think we're abeam. Leszno traffic, Commander 117, down into runway 23 left, full stop, Leszno traffic. Okay. Let's try to slow down a bit. I can't remember how many settings of flap we have here. There's 4, so let's give flap 2, turn right. I will just roll straight into the final and see where it is. I feel like it might be somewhere off. Oh, so we got that far. Okay, the field will be somewhere over there. I'm looking at this to give me reference where our runway, like what is the heading for our runway. I see hover over there, which is great. And I have totally lost our airfield. Let me see where it can be. I think it's somewhere. Oh, so we see the building here. So here's our airfield. Here is the airfield buildings where we'll taxi to shut down. Ah, okay. That's great. Let me get this message off. That can also help us to find the runway. I mean, when in doubt, use all tools at your disposal. That is one of them. We're flaps 2, slow down. Flaps 3. It's flaps full, I believe. Add some power. Okay, I think I see the runway markings. They're just over there. So we'll roll into this final. It's not the perfect traffic pattern, that's for sure. Less traffic, Commander 107, short final runway 23 left, less traffic. Okay, let's just land here. I think we're more or less at the right spot. The runway markings not very readable. Oh, balance here. Let's try to. Ah, okay. Whoa. Just more bumps than I expected. I hope we landed at the right place. Or have we totally missed it? Let's okay to the left and see. I think we are in the right place. National traffic, Commander 17, runway vacated to the left, taxiing to the apron, national traffic. Okay, we'll see in a moment if you are at our destination. It looks somewhat recognizable, except for this. So I think we're okay. Okay, forgot to turn off the landing lights, so let's have the taxi lights. This looks like the hangar, so that should be the place for us. Only the beacon light, fuel pumps. Oh, we totally forgot to do everything. How come? Not great. Flaps up. Let's park here in front of the hangar. I'll just take this spot here on the grass, so we can all park nearby. And we have arrived. Parking brakes set. Transponder off. Let's see what else we need to do. Taxi light off. Our bridge is just coming in from landing, so let's try to hop off and try to see the landing. See if I manage to catch you actually. And I'm still not sure about those runway markings. Yeah, hover coming in hot. that is a hard bump. The terrain here is a bit uneven. The biggest problem is that it's not very easy to see the field, so take it for what it is. Let me try to see those runway markings. Okay, now you can see why it's so difficult, because they're somewhat small. It's all making sense now. So there is runway 23, left and right. Here and here, but the terrain was somewhat uneven. And we landed, I think, somewhere over here. That is definitely off the runway. Okay, let's try to do a better job next time. And here are the airport buildings. So here, and the hangars here. Cool. That is harder than I expected. Yeah, no problem. Take your time. You can always go for another attempt. Good idea is to identify some landmarks to help you with the landing. I remember this road and those trees here in the middle. That's just on the extended runway center line. There is also this small forest here that can help you identify. Here's the chimney, so we should be somewhere on the south side of the chimney. New spawns with the vision jet. I'm not sure if the vision jet can take it. I should have warned you that we are going to aggressor strip. Now we know. Let me stop the clock. I can't even see the runway markings and won't ruin my landing gear on that grass. Well, okay. You can stay there, just do your air refueling. But you can try maybe approach and do low approach. Or just grease the grass with your wheels. That's one way to do it. Actually, whenever I land like in a place like this for the first time, I first have a look around, then I do the approach. Low approach, and either just do a touch and go or do not even touch, so I can have a close look at the airfield and see if I got to the right point, because like now we totally got into the wrong spot, which was not desirable to say the least. So here's the old gliding school, currently Aero Club buildings, and also the hotel and restaurant. The thing here is this skydiving turbine, indoor skydiving, I think is the name. There's a huge turbine underneath and you can just fly in there. Here, I've been there once. It's more difficult than it looks. And here's the hangar hosting the gliders and the aircraft. And there is also a fuel station here. And I think outer hangar. It's more or less what this is. Okay, I need to actually shut down the aircraft and conclude my flight, so let me do that quickly. Autopilot master off, radio master off. Well, let's first turn off the transponder, radio master off, alternators off, kill the engine with the mixture. Magnetos off, and let's leave the nav lights on. Okay, that is done. Let me close the flight. I've concluded that I can't land here in this Kinger. Oh no, I am so sorry. Oh, actually, I left the apps visible for you for the whole time. Oh no, strike 2. Did they actually see the landing, or was it covered by the apps? Sorry about that. And let's finish the flight. So we go to Acres and flight. Right, now we need to wait a moment and I'll need to get another flight going. I'll do it in my browser. I will talk to you in the meantime. Cool. Let's hop out and see what's there. I see new sponsors trying to come in with the Vision Jet. Oh, I think you finally got the runway better than me. Yeah, I don't think the Vision Jet is designed for this kind of place. Nice and slow. That's very nice. Ooh, well done. Okay, just need to log in and dispatch my next flight, and we'll be to load up. I will just take off and we'll do everything else in the air. There is the Kinger. Still not sure where the runway is. Yes, that's the thing. And when you land on a real airfield like this, you have the exact same feeling. Like sometimes it's just impossible to see unless you know. Like once you're on the ground, it's a bit easier, but when you're in there, sometimes it's hard to see. From overhead, it's a bit easier to see. So that's why it's a good idea to get almost over the airfield and see where that is. My flight is still not in. It takes up to 10 minutes for the website to ingest it. Come on, please be there. I'm diverting to Bavimilst and will respawn in a different aircraft to land. Okay, sounds good. But it's quite a while from here. I think I'll take like 10 minutes to take off again. But I'm impressed by your... Well, you want to divert, land, and then spawn in a new aircraft, not just end the flight midair like I would do and spawn here in another aircraft. Very well done. My flight is still not up there. It will definitely take a while. Okay, let me plan the next flight first and enter everything in Volanta and Navigraph. Let's start in Volanta. Let's have a look at... Let's do the review. So, we flew pretty nice this time. Our traffic pattern and landing was totally not on the runway. Okay. So are we even at the airport? So we landed on the supposed taxiway. That's what the flight sim was seeing. Unbelievable. That was our second landing after we bumped on something in the air on the ground. And that's positive 28 feet per minute landing. So we can always also do those. And minus 260. Whoa. Never mind. Nothing happened. Nothing to see here. Move along. Plan the next flight. We're going from Leszno to Wrocław. Echo Papa Whiskey Romeo. Let's set this in real quick. I'll just put in direct, otherwise it's not showing the route. Direct. So now it's showing the route. I don't know how long this is, but I think we'll be able to do it no problem time-wise. Let's go to Navigraph. I'll refresh my page. My flight is still not there. Come on. Please come in. Let's do the new flight. Unload this one. New flight. And we're going from Leszno. I really like that it selects, lets you select the previous airports now. And we're going to Echo Papa Whiskey Romeo. That's our next route. Let's make it nice and go through some actual VFR points. So we'll go to Point Romeo here. Okay. Oh, now it clicked. Let's remove this guy, add the Romeo. I'll just click on it, add to route. Okay, that's great. And we need to add something here, so we'll just add the same thing. Add to route. No. Okay, let's just add this before the next one. Perfect. So we have our heading. Let's have a look. That is 152. And this is only 44 miles. That's pretty close. Amazing. Cool. We'll maybe go easy and just follow this road and this city. Let's do that. I'll just put the point here. Then we'll not get lost. Or do we do it the hard way? Let's do it the hard way. Delete this one. Okay, that is nice. Let's have a look at our arrival. I will also pin the ILS approach. So we'll be landing runway 28, 29, or sorry. Because they are so similar, it's easy to easy to forget and remember that they changed numbers, so it used to have different number, same in Poznań. So sometimes you can say you're 29 in Poznań and they will just reply your cryptograms running 29 because you just triggered their old memory. Okay, we'll not do the else, just do the visual approach. Okay, see there's not much going on. Hover is over there, flying in or out, I don't know. Newspan is just hovering here at 1700 feet. I'm not sure if you're paused or just flying in circle. Let me see if my flight is up and if I can load the next flight. It is, so I can dispatch the next flight. Perfect. So now what we do is we go to here from dispatch, flight number commander 117, passenger 1, altitude 2500, cargo 0, route direct, online VATSIM, and this is Poland tour, and start flight. So where are all of you? Are you coming back? Can I take off? Maybe I'll just fly slowly and you'll catch up, or do I need to wait for you? I'm a bit lost what we are doing here. I also can't see those runway markings for the life of me. Like, where's the actual runway? How do you see it? Usually we'll see that the grass is a bit used and rolled over, so that's somewhat visible. Here it's an absolute mess. So I'm saying these markers are not super visible. Usually you can see the runway being used and there are some signs of previous landings there. Let me get the aircraft ready. I'll give you some time to come in and then we'll decide what to do. ISP new response is moving. Right bank is on, right fuel pump on. Mixtures full. Okay, let's get it started. This is alive. Right alternator on, right fuel pump off, left magnet is on, left fuel pump on. Starter. Also need the strobe. Oh, the anti-collision lights. I hear it running. Fuel pump off, alternator on. Radio master. Transponder standby. Okay. I will maybe zoom in on Navigraph and try to see it this way, where I actually need to taxi. So let me zoom in all the way. I'll leave it for me and I'll try taxi here to the beginning of the runway. Maybe this will be a bit easier. At least I see that we are in the right spot. So that's something. You can take off from now. I'll just respawn at flash. Okay, cool. Okay, GP is coming in. We need maybe this guy. Actually, I never used it, so let's turn it off. I'll hit the B again to make sure we have the right QNH. And let's roll. Okay, GPS is up. Let me set just direct to Echo Papa Whiskey Romeo, so we have some line to follow. I can make it a bit easier. You need to scroll a lot here. That's one of the points of this GNS. Enter, enter, and we have a line to follow. That's nice. Okay, transponder alt, taxi light on. And let's roll. Parking brake released. I'll zoom out a bit. Enable track AR. Leszno traffic, Commander 117 at apron, taxiing to runway 23 left, Leszno traffic. Let's go. Happy you're there. And I'll try to fly a bit slower so we can catch up. Let me know if I need to do anything for you. Ooh, I thought it's very uneven, but it's just the grass that's looking somewhat aggressive. And I love those taxi noises. They're pretty much what you would expect. Okay. This terrain here. Is not very friendly for aircraft. Oh no. I saw the music was not up. Hey, Gear Up Aviation, thank you for following. Very nice to see you here. We are flying from Leszno to Wrocław. We are doing VFR trip over Poland. And we're just taking off. I have loaded the flight plan in Volante and Navigraph. You can always join along. We are on Europe North server. Okay, we are supposed to be on the runway. I can see that on the Navigraph. Sounds fun. Yes, it is pretty fun. So we are here. I now pull this up so I can see where I am. I can see the runway here, but in the sim, well, it is nowhere to be seen. I noticed the music wasn't running for you, so must have mashed the knob that muted it sometime earlier. I would join, but my mouse broke. No problem, no problem. You can always join another time. So that's where we are. We'll take off. Should get new one delivered within the next few hours. Wow, that's amazing. I mean, it's nighttime here, so I think it's daytime at your place. And we'll be just flying here at heading 152, 44 miles to Wrocław. That's the idea. We have new spawns and hoverboard trying to tag along. Hey, let's take off. I will do actually one more approach here. Try to check if I can see this runway. We'll do left-hand traffic pattern. Okay, I'll keep this up for me so I can see what's going on here. I'm an active post until you're up in there. Yeah, pretty wise. And this active post is pretty weird. Leszno traffic, Commander 107. Runway 23 left, taking off. Left-hand traffic pattern for go around Leszno traffic. Okay, let's set everything. Flaps 1, fuel is okay. Landing lights on, taxi lights off, strobes on, fuel pumps on. I think we have everything. Props are forward, mixture is forward. Let's roll. Full power. Almost full. I need to not overpressure it. The RPM is jumping into the run, but that shouldn't be working. Yes, we're on VATSIM. There's no one there, so no stress at all. Lift off. I'll leave the gear down for a second. Positive climb. Gear down. Gear up. 200 feet above ground level. Reduce the power to climb power. So 35, 25. 300 feet, flaps up, and landing lights off, fuel pumps off. Okay, I think that went better than last time. I think this zoom is somewhat comfortable. And we are going to 1300, so we're almost there. Let me reduce. So I think 25, 24, 25, 25 should be just right. Okay, this aircraft is super fast. Let's go 20, 25. Maybe this will slow it down a bit. Oh dear. Hope we'll find our way. 5x, gonna go spend some time watching a movie with my family now and enjoy flight. Great, enjoy watching the movie, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for taking a look overboard. Bye bye. The rest of you who are still flying, I'm not going anywhere. We still have one flight to do. Ooh. Okay, I'll make this turn a bit easier. That is nice. Thank you, Graph Aviation. I see the boat works there. That's perfect. He's playing so fast. Okay, I think we need to go over the city in that case for our approach, so we have more time to see. So now when you're downwind, it's actually usually very hard to see the airfield, and you cannot see the runway or the direction of the runway, nothing. So now I know it's there because we've just been there. I know it looks from the ground. Left no traffic, Commander 117, left down runway 23 left, touch and go, left no traffic. Here's the stadium. How long have you been flying virtually? Well, I started, I think, with flight sim 95, but I've been on and off for a long time, so you know, it's been a hit or miss. But ever since Microsoft Flight Simulator came out, I've been flying occasionally, and quite recently I've been flying very regularly, and that's real fun. And then slow down a bit. Throttle idle, prop forward, speed check gear down, speed check flaps 1. Now this should put us a bit slower, so I can actually fly a little better. We're over the city, so all the residents will not be happy about us making noise. Previously I checked that we should be south of this chimney. You've been streaming since when? 2.5 months. I started around the end of October. I did few streams then, and it's been pretty regular ever since the new year started. I need to spend some time to get comfortable with streaming. I think I have my setup more or less figured out, and now we're pretty regular. So we are streaming Tuesdays and Thursdays at 18 UTC, plus one of the weekend also 18 UTC, usually for 3 hours. Very nice. You are always very welcome to come along, watch, fly, or if you cannot, you can watch the VOD, as you please. Flaps 2, flaps 3, and we forgot the fuel pumps, which we should have done on the downwind, and landing light. So we'll do one more approach until I get this right. Now, the things I always do is I set the runway heading here on the OBS selector. Oh, we should have been to the right, so this tree is somewhere between the runways. Well, that's the thing that went wrong. So in this kind of airfields, it's somewhat important to get your landmarks right, but there's no way to do that unless you fly here for a while. But if you just drive here and you get on the ground, how on earth are you supposed to know all the landmarks? That's always a good idea to bring along someone like an instructor for a flight to show you around, because as you can see, this can be an absolute madness. Okay, we greased it, full power. Okay, not full. Okay, positive climb, flaps 1 notch up. Now it has some performance. I'll read your message in a second. Yeah, I do enjoy it. I've added a ton of commands to the bot, so I hope it's not distracting you all too much, but I liked. Positive climb, gear up, flaps up, reduce power. Let's put it 30, 25. Fuel pumps off, landing lights off. Okay, we need to get this going right. I think we'll do the traffic pattern with the flaps 1. Otherwise, this plane is flying like crazy. I mean, accelerating. Let's keep the gear down, otherwise it's too fast. Gear down. Now I want to make it very nice and we can continue our route. everyone else, you can catch up during this time. Let's try to turn downwind now. So if you do few traffic patterns like that in a new place, you will start recognizing some landmarks as long as you are looking for them, which will tell you if you are too close, too far, or you will know where to go, more or less. Let me trim it up. So, Garp Navigation, thank you for stopping by. If you have any questions whatsoever, please let me know. And the bot is also giving you a lot of information that I forget, but it's there. Okay, let's say we're downwind and we'll just report it and come in for another approach. Leszno traffic, Commander 107, left down, runway 23 left, touch and go, Leszno traffic. Okay, downwind, so throttle, reduce, prop forward, fuel pumps on, landing lights on. Ah, this is more like it. Let's keep this descent in the right place. Laps 2. Okay, I think it will be better now. We're getting over the city. We're just past the railway line. Let's turn. I think we are getting slightly low here. Okay, now we are in a position where I cannot very confidently tell where the airfield is. Okay, I think it's just right to this route. Here are the buildings, and here is the tree that I'm looking for, which should be on our final. Also, I'm using track air, so that's what lets me look around very easily. There are a few solutions for head tracking, so if you're looking for one, do your research and get whatever matches your budget and expectations. There are also some free solutions that you can use. Okay, this little tree, that's my thing. It helps me on the approach, and this tree is there in real life. Laps full, final check. Gear 3 green, prop 4, mixture forward, laps full, fuel pumps on. Now I like it, and I can actually see the runway markers. So there is the runway marker here. We are on our heading. This is great. Need to trim back. Let's get into the ground effect. Then roll back the power. Oh, there is not so much room, so I cannot do it like I usually do. Have to be a bit more aggressive here. Power slowly moving to idle. Okay. Take off power. Flaps up one notch. Let it accelerate. We are over the blue line. Positive climb. Gear up. I didn't realize that there were three track air alternatives. Yes, there are alternatives that use, for example, webcam on your phone, and there are also ones that you build the thing yourself and somehow get it working with the computer. I never tried those, but I know they're there, and there's a lot of people who are happy with them, so I'd recommend to check it out. Reduce the power. Gears up, flap up, fuel pumps off, landing slides off. Cool. Now we can depart. Let's climb to 2500 and we'll start. Let me get the clock running. And we will start our leg into Wrocław. Which do I have in mind? Okay, I don't remember the exact names for those free solutions, but if you Google it, I'm pretty sure you'll find it. And there's a few. There's Facecam something. Don't remember the names, but they're there. Go check them out. All right, let me check my heading that I need and check my aircraft position. So what we're looking at, I just hit on my aircraft, so we're here. Now we do not see ourselves. And we are looking for heading 152. 152. We still need to get on course. Okay, 152. Let's check the wind. .253 at 40. Oh my, that's a lot of wind. Alright. Do I actually see any of these things on the chart? Not yet. Okay, let's turn to our heading and try to see if we can find our way. 2500, so let's level off. I will keep the power static of 25-22. That should make us a little slower than last time. There's a big road here, so that's something that's very easy to spot on the chart. I'll have a look at it in just a second. New Spans is leading the way, that is great. Okay, so I think I need something like 11-12 degrees. That's 162. Okay, let's stick with 11 degrees. This heading should be okay. I will engage the autopilot. Okay, that worked. Let's put it in heading mode, VS mode. Let's climb a bit. I should have been level flight before engaging it. I'll maybe turn up the lights, which is a bit awkward during the day, but we'll be able to see better. Let's give it some more power. Amazon says my package is in 10 stops away. Wow, that's a very nice tracking. I didn't realize that you had things like that. It's great. And I'll hit the alt right about now. It should level up. You can't set the altitude, you just have to hit it whenever you feel like it. Okay, let's see. Flap is up. Prop is there. Do we need to lean? Let's try to lean. So we need 15-20. Okay, I'm still not sure how to use this leaning. Let's keep it like this. Okay, we actually see our magenta line here. So I'll just zoom out. And you can see that this wind is putting us absolutely to the left. We do need more correction. Let's check 170. You have head tracking, I have Amazon tracking. Yeah, that's great. Okay, let's try to see something that we can identify on the chart. There is a lake, a beam, at least I think that is a lake, or maybe there's just a patch of snow. There's a wind turbine or something there. We passed dirt road a while ago. And that's pretty much it that I can see now. Let's have a look at the chart. Oh. Okay. So we saw that road. So we're somewhere over here. I don't think that's the lake, so we're already 5 minutes. We're doing what? Like 2.5 minutes per 2.5 miles per mile. Well, 2.5 miles per minute is what I'm trying to say. So we should be 5 times 2.5. Will be 15 miles. Let's have a look. So that's 5, so 5, 10, 15. Are we that far? I think we are somewhere here, actually. Oh, it's not a great start, but hey, we now have to continue. There's the road, there's one city, that's great. And because we're higher than on the last stream, we can now see those cities. This engine is totally in the way. There's one city. Is there the other one on the right? I don't know yet. Let's have a look at the chart. So we might be actually here or here. Let's... somewhere in this area. The thing we saw on the left is either this one or this one. I am not absolutely convinced which one it is. So let's try to get some more clues. It will be seeing those lakes in front in some time. That's definitely a bigger city. Let's try to have a closer look. And there's another one in the back. And there we have those lakes. Okay, so that is the further one. And we have the lakes. And we are crossing the river here, which is going here to another town. Okay, that's a lot of information. Let's hop back into the charts and try to see that. So we had this town. There is this river, which is not super visible here. We saw those lakes in the distance to our left. So I think we are somewhere over here. Here's the river and the town. So we are here. Let me go actually to the day mode. Oh, I have to go to settings, so I will not do that. Okay. So this is looking great. We are here. What should we see next? The lakes, and there should be another town, a beam. And this thing you see here, that's actually a rail track. There are real trains going here, and this is a test track for the trains. I'm not kidding. It looks, I saw it from aircraft. It looks like a huge model train. Like if you have set the rails in your living room and have a model train running there, it looks just like that, except it's slightly bigger. By slightly, I mean a lot bigger. I am not joking. You can look it up. You have to Google up Żmigród and something with the rail. Let's find it. Oh, thing I'm talking about is here. So here, this thing you're seeing, that's the rail track, and that's test track for the trains, and there are actual trains running there for testing. Looks like a gigantic model train track. Let me try to find it so you know what I'm talking about. In the meantime, let's have a look here. We are 10 minutes into the flight. We are abeam the lakes. Okay, so that's great. Cool. Let's jump out of the aircraft and see if I can find that track I was talking about. So if you see it, let me know. I'll try to look it up for you. Searching. Okay, I think I have it. It's not much about it. We can actually see it. Look, it's over here. It's over here. You see those rails that go in a loop? That's this test track. And here's the link. I'll show you that real quick. Yeah, there you go. That's the test track center near Żmigrud. And you're just overflying it. So you can see it. It's this gigantic rail track. Let me take a screenshot. Okay, we'll also clip it for DC, I think. So this is for you. There is a gigantic rail track here. That's actual test track for the trains that you can see over here. See, that's the one here, and that's the one in the sim. This gigantic playground. Yay, very nice, very nice. Let me see if that worked, and share the clip to... Okay. Cool, new span is already there. I see the mountain, so I know it. Rail track. Let me take a screenshot. I am making the clip, so that's what you just heard. And let's make it. SF15 logging in, very nice to see you, sir. Welcome back, welcome back. Doesn't mean I am on the right heading, you're on the right track. I think you are. So my clip is loading in, and the thing we just passed is there's a test rail track there. I'll paste the clip in a second. So it looks like a gigantic train model, except it's real. Let me see. There we go. How's it going? It's pretty nice, yeah. I'm super tired today because I have been killing it with 10 minutes until landing yesterday on his J stream, but I thought, hey, we'll stream today. I'm not at my best, so you'll see me making these mistakes, and this shall be fun. The clip is in the chat. I'll actually paste it in Discord. We do have Discord, as I have this stream deck. It's absolutely amazing, but I'm still a bit lost with all the buttons. You can join our Discord, the link is in chat. You can post the screenshots, ask me if you have any problems or questions, or just hang out and have a good time. I always enjoy doing that with you. So I am posting this there. Perfect, it worked. I'm feeling super overwhelmed by everything today, so you see how it normally looks like. Super awesome Discord, very well organized. Yeah, I think I have outdone myself with it, but it looks pretty great. Also, I'm a bit forgetting some things today. I left you on the map view when I was talking about the sim, or well, I left you on the sim when I was talking about the view, muted my mic or music. But it's okay. I think I hope you're fine. So let's see, there is the big river coming up. There should be the city also somewhere soon, but we do not see it yet. We can use our superhuman vision here. And there's the thing we are looking for. That's the bridge. That's the bridge on the highway. It's been built some time ago, like 10 years. It's absolutely humongous. No sim audio. How about now? The sim is somewhat quiet, so maybe that's the reason. Is that any better? Thanks for letting me know. Anyway, if there are any problems, please let me know. I'll troubleshoot whatever it is going on. Yes. 5x5. Okay. I do not like having the engines blaring in my ear, so that's why I probably have it a bit quieter than most of the other streamers. And let me show you my new baby. It's absolutely fantastic, and it's pretty new, so there's not too much plugins for the knobs, but some good soul made a script for OBS. I had to adjust it slightly, and now I can control my volume in OBS with the knobs, and it's absolutely fantastic. And look what else we have. Which reminds me of, let's play a song for you. I actually tried playing it yesterday, hoping to lure you in, but since you're just here, let's go. You know what to do. Looks great and very helpful. Yeah, I'm just slightly lost here. So we are listening to Our Last Night by Our Last Night. Actually, Graveyard by Our Last Night. I don't need to look at the chart now, because I know where I am. And that's the city. I actually downloaded some scenery from Tyson. I downloaded all sceneries I could find for our route, and this is looking pretty great. Except for the FPS. So the bridge I was talking about, that's the highway bridge, and now that's the VFR point, but previously it's on Dardar bridge somewhere here, and whenever the new one got built, people were mistaking the two all the time. So instructors had a lot of fun because they were asking for Point Bravo, and people saw the huge bridge, which was not the bridge they were looking for, if you get what I mean. So that's the city I actually live in. I've been doing sailing course over here. Here's the bridge. I usually bike somewhere around here, and here's this humongous building that we have in the city. You can see it from a distance. Yeah, pretty distinctive. And that's it. Let's maybe have a hop around the river, and then we go to point. That was point what? I forgot to find the plan. Let me do that quickly. So let's go left. I'll kill the timer. News funds already there. That's amazing. And there's over 100 bridges in the city because it's all around the river. There's a stadium, power plant, the building, and the city with everything there is in the city. Let me file this flight plan real quick on VATSIM. I'll show you before I commit it. So it's currently 2022 UTC. So we'll put 20:00 departure, 30 minutes. 1 hour 30 available. Okay. Cool. So here's the flight plan. I just told you what's in. I'll just file it and let's forget it. Okay, let's jump back. I'll disconnect the autopilot. Let's have a look here to the left. I should not fly over the city because there's CTR. So let's do it the right way. Let's descend to 1500. How do you like it, everyone? Okay, let me change the music. We'll go to the vibes again. And yeah, city with the add-ons is looking pretty nice. There are some recognizable objects now. That's looking pretty great. Let me do the screenshot then. Okay, Let me jump in and we'll do a loop. Steam Live Twitch, hey, what's up? Very nice to see you here. Welcome, welcome. We're doing VFR trip around Poland. That is trip on my virtual airline, Commander. And we're flying leg 4 or 5, I already forgot, from Leszno to Wrocław. And we have just arrived to our destination. We're having a look around the city and we'll head to the airport soon. Yes, I am a real pilot. I haven't been flying for real in over 2 years, but I still have my commercial license, although all my ratings have expired. So now we know. 200 hours in airplanes and 100 hours in gliders. There's the city. I have a scenery add-on from Flight Sim 301. Plus I also have the Payware airport. So that's a look at the city. Well, maybe not the downtown, but the city. I'm studying for a real pilot too. That's amazing. But word of wisdom, just take it slow, enjoy the flying. Do not try to rush it. Don't get stressed if the learning is a bit overwhelming. Just take your time, because I can assure you it's a bit of a pain. Sorry, my English is not my main language. No problem. It's not mine either, but everyone on Twitch is very, how do I say it? Understanding about it. So I have to say, with this add-on, this looks spot on. Let me take some more screenshots. And Sim Live Twitch, if you have any questions, just shoot. My bot will be telling you some tips. We have a ton of commands, and you can join our Discord. Everything. Practicing for my ICAO test. English, right? I also had to do my ICAO test, but I passed with level 6 for life, so I am good for life. That's nice. Yeah. Oh, okay. Good luck, sir. I hope it goes well. Just if you have any small failures, don't bother about it. Try again. That's no big deal. You can try until you succeed. So that's the bridge that was a VFR point previously, but ever since this bridge got built, well, it was difficult for pilots to see which one to switch, and very recently they moved the VFR points to the big bridge. Let me show you what I mean on the chart. Where are you from, if it's not a secret? I am from the city we're just flying over, which is Echo Papa Whiskey Romeo, or Wrocław. That's where I currently live in. So here's the city. And here is the point, Romeo. The previous point was Bravo over here, but we need to go to Romeo. That's the VFR point. Then we'll go to November and do a traffic pattern. Whenever I forget and leave you on the chart, please shout. I am a bit out of shape today. Near with me. Yeah, that's nice. Well, as long as you're in Europe, we can say everything is near. We don't have to cover such crazy distances like our American friends. Am I right? My bad. Just got the mouse. Amazing. How's the mouse? I hope it's working. Yeah, correct. News when it's already there. Get Nick tea or coffee. Here's the stadium and the highway. And we can see the airport. Sometimes the airport can be hard to see because it's between the trees, and when you're low, well, there's absolutely nothing to catch your eye. Wrocław traffic, Commander 117. Point Romeo inbound airport for left-hand traffic pattern, full stop, Wrocław traffic. Okay, I should have prepared myself mentally and read all the information. I'm just reading the information from all over the place, but I forgot to do that beforehand. What add-ons are you using for the area airport? Looks so much better. I have the Payware airport scenery from Flight Sim 2. It's also on some other store, I forgot which one, by Fly High if I am not mistaken. And I also have Wrocław scenery add-on from Flight Sim 2. There are two of them. I have the one that has smaller file size. It's a very nice mouse. That's great. So I have downloaded some add-ons for our trip, but I didn't bother to make a list, and maybe I should have because I knew you'd be asking about it. Do you have aviation universities in your country or just schools? We do have, and you can actually get the training for free then. There is sponsored by the country, by the state. And in the past there was only one of them, but now there's at least 3 or 4. But I didn't go there. I did it privately. I studied something else. And I hope I'll get back to flying within a few years and try again with the recruitations. 5 years for study. Yeah, it's a long time. Well, it's always a tough choice what to do. Alright, let's prepare for landing. Power idle, prop forward, mixture forward, speed is going down, I'm trimming, disregard the gear warning, speed check, gear down, speed check, flap 1, trimming up, add power. So that was the way to slow down pretty fast on your traffic pattern. We also need fuel pumps on and landing slide on. Okay, I feel like I'm getting the hang of it. Plus half to 1 year for tape rating. But I have a contract with airline. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. I like it. Yeah, so if the airline is paying that is great. Now, my biggest problem is that whenever I apply for an airline, it means like at least 3 months of not working and not getting any income. So that's pretty challenging. Geeks, welcome back. Let me do the shout out. I prepared the shoutouts on my stream deck, but for some reason it's not working, so I need to type it. Shoutout for Cakes, very nice to see you here. Cool streamer, go check and follow if you like it. Very nice to see you here. We are just arriving at our destination. But in my country I can study for a pilot for free. Yeah, same here, but you know, it is a commitment and you never know what will happen if you finish it and what will happen after that. When I was going to the university, the job market for pilots was not very great. The airlines were expecting like 1,000 hours on a heavy type, so yeah, that's, if you know the TV series Worst Place to Be a Pilot by In the Pilot, that was the time when I was going to the university, and the description of the series goes, it's very hard to get flying jobs in Europe, so people go to weird places to get their flying hours. I think you get the idea by now. Speed check, flaps 2. Let's slow down a bit. They choose contract. Yeah, that's great. I think contract is fine. Depends on the conditions and everything, but I know there's a lot of good offers now, so that's great for you. I'm very happy. So here's the VFR that's on the approach, and here's our runway. Poznan traffic, November Commander 117, short final runway 29 or full stop, Wrocław traffic. Newspan is there. I remember hoverboard had to log off to spend some quality time with family, so it's just 2 of us. If anyone wants to fly along, you are very welcome. Mr. 90, hello, welcome. Yeah, from Dodge Airlines with questionable safety records. Oh dear. Oh, you're talking about the TV series. The Indopilot was flying for a pretty respected airline, but yeah, it were crazy times. Runway 29. Our windsocks are not in agreement about the situation. We have a lot of runways, so I can be a little fast. We have a lot of time to slow down. Power is idle. Let me try to... Oh, okay, now it's better. Now it's a bit of a crazy ride. I didn't do a wind check. I should have asked for a wind check on final. Let's roll to the end of the runway and vacate there. Flaps up and fuel pumps off. Okay, I'm getting the hang of it. If you saw my previous landings, they were not spot on. Now it's looking a bit better. No, it's our Federal Airlines. With good safety, there is good aviation education. Yeah, sounds good. So we need to go to taxiway Charlie. Should be about here. Yes, that's taxiway Charlie. Let's go here. I'll just add left throttle to help us with our turn. Well, maybe that was a bit too intense. Landing light off, taxi lights on, strobes go to the beacon. Lots of traffic on 107, vacated runway via Charlie. Lots of traffic. Okay, we are back. Few streams back, like 2 months back. We're here already, although it was night. So we can have a better look around now. Here's the terminal. Here's their area where they park smaller jets or turboprops and just drive people with the bus there. Here's a nice terminal. There's the cargo, control tower, and there in the back is the generation terminal. I see new spawns standing here, so I'll just park to the next new spawns, but we'll get at the round to see where the actual generation terminal is. Let's see what coffee new spawns got us. It took quite a while to get here, but yeah, feels good. Did I start my A cars? Let's emergency stop procedure. Let's check our acres. My heart is pumping. Acres. Ooh, the flight is in progress. Flight is in progress. Okay, that's saved. No problem there. Ew. Because I would have to redo the flight again. Now I can breathe. Let's go back. I see there's a lot of people flying, which is nice. Whoa. The wind is absolutely crazy today. Let's park to the left. And new spawns. Very nice to see you flying along. Let's get my track AR, have a look. Okay, we need to go a bit forward. I'm still not feeling the brakes very well. Okay, that should be about right. Parking brake set. The wind is crazy. Yes, the flight sim is a bit exaggerating the effect of the wind. But hey. Okay, let me try to tune down this tracker a little bit. I haven't been using it on this machine all too much, and as you can see, I'm still struggling a little bit. Okay, I think this should be about right. Okay, what do we do? Taxi lights off. And let's shut down the avionics. Transponder off. Heat off. Radio master, we're here. Off. Autopilot off. Okay, this is done. Alternators off. Kill the engine with mixture. Magnetos off. Nav lights off. Beacon light off. And battery off. Plane is cold and dark now. We can open door. And we have arrived. Let's have a look at the clock. 2 hours 40. Wow, so we still have some time to go. Let me open the other door. I'll show you around. I'll also play the base for you as always, so I think we will be just fine with the time. And the most important thing, and the flight in ACAR, so it registers the flight for my virtual airline. If you can always track it here. The link is in the chat for the flight commander. Okay. Let's get the birds chirping. Return fly now or done? We are done. We have done 2 legs now. I am nearing 3 hours of stream and I have been pretty tired after flying yesterday with 10 minutes until landing. I'll give him a shout out. Giggly319er, hey, very nice to see you. We just arrived in Wrocław, our destination. Hang on for a second and I'll show you around. 10 minutes until landing. There you go. Shout out to 10 minutes. We have been doing J flying yesterday. I think I got him very tired. It was really fun. The VOD is down, but nice discovery. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. The VOD is down, but 10 Pro said he will put up the video, summary video, on YouTube soon. So I think by the end of the year we should have it. No problem. I understood what it means. I was just kidding about the question mark. It happens to all of us all the time. If you have any questions, please let me know. We also have the fail bot, which I did, so we can fail my engines, but I'm feeling somewhat tired today, so we didn't use it all too much. Although you had the chance to fail the engine at any time. I can show you how it works in a second. Let's jump out, let's have a look around. Shall we? Let's do it. Whoa, there's a new spawns. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Let's see those nameplates. Okay, that's how it works. Nice. Let's get some more representative view. I think this looks about right. Cool, new spawns. If you have any questions or want me to show something specific, please let me know. You have chosen a nice place to park. That's pretty good. So this is the scenery from Flights MTO. That's powered by Fly to High, I believe. And there's the terminal. That's the new terminal. It actually has something inside. So the way how it works is that there is a car park. There is the road that's leading in. There's another car parking that you can leave the car. So we go here, there is this roundabout, and just go here, go to the park. You can leave your car wherever you feel like, and there's not too many spotting areas because there's just glass things all over the place, so you cannot see the aircraft without the glass. Overlays on. No, that's strike like 10 for today, so let me start all over. Sorry for that. Charts in the way. No. No. Lols. Oh my. That happened way too many times today. Oh dear. I'll get better next time. Maybe I have outdone myself number of new things. Now that I can switch the charts with one click, I sometimes forget to look up there and to see what happens. So we have new spawns parked here. Here's me. Let's take the screenshot again. That's the new terminal for actual passengers. Thank you for following. Very nice to hear. So here's the parking place. Here's the bus stop. So you can just go by the bus and get out here. You can just walk here and you have the departure. Well, the arrivals are on this end, the departures are on this end. So let's go here and have a look. Now, it's not super detailed inside, but it's pretty okay. That's actually what it looks like inside, except there's way more people, unless it's some weird time. And for departure, you look at the board, there is the security check here. You go through the security check, then here are the stairs, and you follow them go a bit up and inside the waiting area, which is here. Here's the waiting area with all the gates. So you can just go here to the glass and see some aircraft outside. There's usually a lot of them standing just outside. And you can have a look around, see what's there. This area behind the glass is for the flights that require passport check. The other ones within the European Union do not require, so they use this glass here for this reason. And that's pretty much about it. Let's get back there. I'll show you what else you can do here. If you are just coming in, not flying anywhere, you can take those stairs and go up. And here you can see through 2 layers of glass. So there is one glass here and second one back there. You can see some aircraft actually and people waiting to fly away. So that's the thing. When you're arriving, you'll get through the stairs down and you'll get somewhere over here, which is not modeled. And if there is anyone waiting for you, okay, so you will collect your baggage here, this baggage collecting area, and you'll go here. There's often some, how do you call it, border guard. They usually do not need to check you, but if you have anything to declare or whatever, that is the place to do that. Let me get back in. I did rest my drone camera for a moment there. So whenever you're coming in, people will get out just over here and you can wait for your friends who are just arriving. That's about it, about the new terminal. It's pretty nice. It's been, I think it's over a decade old at this point. The Euro airline is not existing anymore. By the way, it's now part of the LOT airline. That's it about the terminal. There's the cargo terminal here. The control tower, which looks just about that. It's not very huge, but it's pretty nice. I think there was something... Yeah, just oh, this sunsets is actually looking to the west, so you can see the sunset here. That's a nice touch. And now the old terminal, which has been turned into the generation terminal. So the yellow building that you see here, that was the old passenger terminal. Now it's just general aviation terminal. So you can park your general aviation aircraft over here. You actually go in a loop so that you park in your nose pointing out, so you can taxi away. And there's often a lot of military aircraft also standing here. These 2 hangars are RAN or maintenance hangar, as far as I know. There's also a military base, which I think doesn't have too many aircrafts, but it is here. And then we have the runway, and on the southern side, there's another general aviation apron. So they can park your business jet here, and there are a few airlines that are storing their aircraft here, like Sprinter, for example. And that's about everything. This is the dacing pad. We saw the war on the approach. Yeah, that's it. Anything you want to see around, or do we just grab the base and do the raid real soon? Let's maybe have a quick look around the city with the drone mode. Thanks for showing around. The Payware airport is nice done. It's okay. I think it's pretty nice. Definitely not the best I have seen, but it has everything neat and makes it a bit more representative as far as what you're seeing goes. And there's a fire station that I was not aware about. Let me accelerate my drone and we'll have a quick look around the city. So here's the highways. Looks so much better on the stock scenery. Yeah. Here's the highway. Here we have the stadium. The huge highway bridge. So you cannot actually walk on it as a human being. And this here, I don't know what it's called in English, but whenever you are on a ship or a vessel, this makes you go down. So this water here is higher than this water, and it's like elevator for the ships. The locks, yes, the locks. That's the thing. And I have actually have been in this lock with a sailboat. That was pretty fun. And this lock is huge. Sorry for noises, I messed up in the buttons. So let's ford the river. My TV is not happy, let me... Okay. There's the river. This one is used to store the ships during winter. So there are these transport ships going up and down the river. Not so many of them now, but 100 years ago there was much more. So that's the area for storing them in winter. There's the bridge that is way older, and there's actually a beach bar here, which we can see here. This is amazing. Yes. This place here has a swimming pool, and there's an arena for concerts or sports things. And there's another one for storing the ships in winter, but now it's just a marina, so I'll did my sailing course here. That's pretty nice. And what do we have next? There's a city port. The coal goes in most of the time, and then the coal goes here, and then coal powers most of what you see around. That's pretty interesting. Here we have another set of bridges. There's over 100 bridges in the city. And here's another logs here, just here. There's a canal, some living buildings, another bridges. Here we have a huge island. So if you look, I'll try to show you what this is like. Okay, I think you can see it now almost. Okay, I think that's a good spot. So this thing here, this is an island. It's a huge one, but these canals here, they are man-built. They didn't exist before. So the main flow of the river goes here through the city, and these two canals, one is for the vessels. That's the northern one, and there's another logs here. The southern one is to let the water flow when there is a flat season or whatever. There's another stadium here. Here you can actually swim, and let me show you around. So this is a huge island. You can actually drive a bike all around this island. This is pretty fun. And there's another beach bar here. So those things here, they're not so big, but there is a beach bar, and there's few more of them. There's another two. 1 and 2. They have been quite popular in the last years, and that's an absolutely brilliant idea. Although this terrain can't go underwater when there is a flood. So yes, that's why those buildings are not permanent. Sorry, let me go back there. So my drone should be accelerating now. Okay. I think we're up. Okay, let's have a quick tour around the island. I hope you like it. So here is the stadium, more bridges, even more bridges. There's a canal for flood water between two rivers. So there's another river here, and when this one gets flooded, they actually dump the water into the bigger river here down south. That is absolutely insane. There's a small island here, and another log. Just here. Okay. Now here, there's actual MiG-29 just in this area, standing, and not flying one, and Su-22. So there's few aircraft standing over here. You can have a look at them when you are driving a bike here. Then what do we have next? Here's the zoo, which doesn't look like a zoo. And we have a very nice building here, and a water fountain, which isn't so big maybe, but it's there. So that's a building that hosts a lot of events. Let me take a screenshot there. That building looks cool. Yes, it's called 100-Year Hall. it was built by the Germans to celebrate 100 years of their country. And the building is over 100 years old at this point, which makes it double funny. So that's the building. It's actually made of concrete and has a pretty interesting story. Now this thing is now art museum, this building here, and you have a metal construction that's like a needle. It's pretty cool. So there's more locks here. There are thermal recognizable buildings here. These are student houses, these two. And in this area there's technical university, some buildings of the normal university, and another university for the veterinary studies, another university for I forgot what. We have a few here. This shopping center, another set of buildings which are super recognizable. They actually look pretty nice and are super interesting. So they have been repainted recently and they are now white and look absolutely amazing. I think that's the best they have ever looked. Here's also the university. Here's IT, here's math, and you can there's actually this painting here. Here's another bridge, very old one. This building now is a state building. Okay. There's another museum, a lot of churches. There is a church island here, so the whole thing is owned by the church. And there's a lot of churches here because there are Catholic churches and Protestant churches when this was in Germany. So that's why they went all crazy and tried to compete who will get more. It's a bit crazy. That's about it. And here is the main square. That's what it looks like. It's not extremely old, so a lot of the buildings are new because it has been mainly demolished after the war. They are just made look like old buildings, but they are somewhat new. There's one more thing, this round construction here, that is a bunker. It's an actual bunker from World War II era, which is now modern art museum. It's absolutely great. I like going there, and there's cafe on top. And it's the highest building in the city. It's on the spot. So previously there was another highest building in the city, but it got demolished and replaced by this building. So you can see it from miles and miles away. And that's pretty much it. There's obviously a lot of more interesting places in the city. I think we saw most of them. And the closest mountain is over there. I think it's an ancient volcano. So we'll go in that direction when we continue our trip. But that's it for now. Any questions, please let me know. I hope you had fun. We saw some interesting places. And now I think I lost my direction. Great tour around the city. Thanks so much. Very interesting. Yeah, I also like walking around the city and having some views. So that's the city I know. Obviously, there's a lot of city I don't know. I also like to walk around and see what's there. Sometimes I found some places that are not in the tourist book, in the guidebooks. And here's our airport. There's also Aero Club Airport north of the city. So that's about it. If you want, I will find the scenery. I will put it on Discord, or let me find it now. If in case you want to explore this area later, I will leave you the link so you will actually know what to do. Give me just a second. I will find it. Searching. Let's go. So let's find the paver scenery. The paver scenery is is this one. It's not the cheapest one, it's not the best done, but I think it's okay, and for lack of better alternatives, Drzewiecki design will have one in the future. So that's one scenery, and let's check the city scenery. There's few of them. So this one is very huge. I didn't download it because I was scared it will just hog my sim. I think I got this one. So that's it. A big thank you for the author, to the author for making it. This is the first time I actually explored the scenery, and it looks spot on, I'm not gonna lie. So I think at some point we'll do some airliner approach, and when you're doing the approach you can see this from the right window, this building. That looks pretty nice. Okay, let me park the drone in some nice place. I'll get the base, and you know what happens next. New sponsor gear completely disappeared, which is quite concerning, but okay. Let me try to get some nice view. I think this is about it. I'm hovering, yes. Oh, you are. Now the gear showed, but you're hovering like this much over the ground. Okay, thank you for sticking around. I had a great time. We'll place the base right about now. It's been a nice tour. We completed 2 flights. Let me just check my acres. It is completed. Let's review the flights. What do you say about that? We reviewed the previous flight. Let's have a look at our... Okay, that looks pretty decent as far as traffic patterns goes. And as far as following route goes, that also looks pretty decent. So we're trying to fly to this point where the bridge is, not follow this route. We had a look around, did something weird here, and we landed. That's looking much better than previously. Okay, I'll get the base and we'll play it. Okay, let's kill the music. I will leave the cheers and we'll also kill the sim. So the sim goes down for you, the sim goes down for me. We do stop the music. We have the cheers and we have the bass. Perfect. Now, do you want me like this or like this? Oh, new spawns. Unloaded there for a second. I think this works. I'm just trying to find some good position. Okay, let me see who's up. we'll do the raid as usual. So let me find someone to raid. I think I woke up during the flights. It started absolutely bad, but I got in shape as we were flying. Feels much better now. I'm feeling somewhat more confident in flying this aircraft. I think we will use it for some more legs. Then once we get to the mountains, I think I will switch to Vilga. This shall be a better aircraft once we fly in the mountains. I wanted to fly Vilga for the most part, but it seems it's a bit too slow, so I chose some twin, and also you can train the engine failures in twin, so that's much better for us. Let's see who's up. We have Dryson, so let's raid Dryson. We haven't done that yet, I think. So this shall be great. Okay, I think he's not expecting anything. He's taxiing. I'm not sure if it's arrival of departure. So let me get right in. And you are raiding Dryson. Okay. Thanks for the stream. Was a fun flight and very nice setting city tour. Have a great evening. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. That's very nice. And have a nice evening, day, morning, wherever you are. Thank you very much all for sticking around. I also had a great time. I'll see you next time. Next time I will be streaming Sunday 18 Zulu. I will also put this in stream title when I'm off, and I will put it in Discord. So, thank you for sticking around. See you next time. Bye bye bye.